Good evening, my beautiful friends. This is Nightfall with Maui Paul. I'm Maui Paul. We are here today to go through one of my I am cards. Now, if you were here this morning, you know that during my wake up call, I pulled the I am focused card. So I am focused. And we led that, or we used that as a bit of a touchstone for our day. And so I am focused. And as I read the card, I was thinking to myself, I wasn't feeling particularly focused this morning. I had some conversations with some folks over in Hawaii, and it got pretty late, and there were some folks who had passed away. And oh, thank you, Shauna. Shauna says she loves the goatee. I'll turn on chat so that y'all can see what she's saying. But anyways, yeah, last night I did not get to bed on time. I got to bed really late because some folks called me. There were some deaths over in Hawaii that I needed to know about, and some condolences to offer and stuff like that. And so I didn't get to bed very early or very late. I did not get to bed late. I'm so confused. I'm tired right now. Can you tell that I'm tired and that I don't feel particularly focused? If this was a Marco Polo, I would just delete it and do it over. But what you gonna do? Anyways, today as I went through the day, I was wondering how on earth I am focused is going to appear in my day, and it did. It did in some unexpected ways. Good evening, Brenda Jean. And so one of the ways that it showed up in my day was that I ended up waiting on some folks in order to accomplish some of the things that I had to do today. I had to wait for other people. And while I was waiting for them, I thought to myself, well, I know what I'm interested in accomplishing. So how about if I get to work on that? And I realized that focus is not just about the act of focusing, but it's also about knowing what it is that we need to focus on. Good evening, Kelly. Good evening there, Brenda Jean. I see you guys there. And so even though I feel very discombobulated today, both because I'm still tired and also because there were some really unexpected events that happened with some friends over in Hawaii that I had to contend with. Um, I I know that I had at the beginning of the week decided on what the most important things to do were. And because I had decided on that stuff, it was very easy for me to pivot and segue into moving forward on these goals, even though I felt very unfocused today. So even though I felt that way, I still feel like I am focused and that this card did show up in my life. So just like this morning, we're going to play the I am game. I'm going to ask you if you are focused and just respond out loud. I am focused. So, are you focused? You are focused. Your actions are aligned with your desired outcomes. So you are focused today, and so am I. I am focused today too. Even though I feel like my brain is only working at half speed, I still was able to move forward on some things that are really important to me. So I was able to create a whole bunch of new I am cards, which is great. So I'll be debuting them next week, and I have nearly enough to get them printed into a deck, and so I'll have the very first series of decks coming here soon so that my friends can also have a physical I am card in their world. It is so powerful. In fact, if I reach over here, it is so powerful to have these things, to have these I am cards. He was like, I am creative. It just stares at me all day long. And when it stares at me, like I'm just always catch it out of the corner of my eye. So I'm actually going to be printing some oversized I am cards. They're going to be pretty big. They're going to be almost 4 inches by 6 inches, and that will allow me to just sort of like set it up in a corner somewhere to remind myself as I go through my day that I am whatever the affirmation is. So I am focused today, and I see you there, Kelly. Good evening. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Jelly. I see that you are also on the stream. Hello, hello. And so, anyways, that's how I am focused showed up in my life today. And if you were here on Sunday for the Sunday's Nightfall, you know that I pulled a weekly card, something to really guide me through the week. And the card that I pulled this Sunday evening was I am determined. I move intentionally toward my dreams. So one of the ways that I'm determined and I move intentionally toward my dreams is that I actually will write down the affirmation that yeah, there you go, Kelly. She says that would be great for those of us with bad eyesight. You darn right. I'm printing these things big. Um, but anyway, one of the ways that I focus and that I am determined to accomplish the things that are important to me is that I actually will write down the affirmation. So I see that I see some of you guys have already written down the affirmation there. So I'm going to do it too. I'm going to say, I am focused. Today, my actions aligned with my desired goals. And as I write that, it's so fun to recognize how it just showed up in my life. And I can say it with a lot greater faith. So in the morning, I led everybody through an I am focused affirmation while I myself was feeling very unfocused. And so the affirmation was as much for me as it was for everybody else. And as I went through the day, I was able to focus. I was able to accomplish the stuff that was really important. And now it's the evening time and it's time to wind down. And I look at that and I say, if I wasn't focused on my goals, if I wasn't focused on my intentions, then I wouldn't have been able to move forward on my card project, to move forward on learning the technology that I use to multicast a little bit better. I wouldn't have been able to move forward on this RV remodel that I'm working on right now. So Brenda Jean says maybe more so for you than anyone else. Darn right. So often these cards are for me, and I love the fact that I can share them and inspire other people and create that positive space on the internet. But the reality is that I've been doing this myself for quite a few months now, and I've always had little morning rituals to help me get out of bed, and it's an honor to be able to share them. So it was for me first, and now I'm doing it on the internet as an accountability thing. I love that it's for you too. I love that there's some folks who show up every morning and every evening to hang out with me and to talk about the way that these cards are impacting your life, and it's so fun for me to make them. And so I would love to see it in chat. I would love to see how I am focused showed up in your life. So what did you focus on today? What what was really important for you? I know for you, Kelly, that sometimes focus can be difficult or challenging from a physical standpoint. I know that you have the ongoing challenge with your eyesight, with your physical eyesight. In the same way that if I were to take off my glasses, it would be really hard for me to actually continue to do a broadcast because I can hardly see the controls. So I would absolutely love I would love to know how this showed up in your world. So what did you focus on? And oh, Shauna says that she's focused, and so is a fellow groupie lady Chuckles. I guess Shauna and Chuckles are watching in the same room. So hello to you, Chuckles. I know that you're a focused lady as well, and so it's definitely a lot of fun to see just how focused we are on the things that are important to us. And so, what's important to me? And continuing to make this broadcast better is important to me, and that's a really important thing. Continuing to improve the space that I reside, that I live in, very important to me, and just continuing to really move forward on my own health goals. A friend of mine let me borrow a golf cart, which was really nice today. And actually, this is something that was fun. So a friend loaned me a golf cart, which was very nice of him, and promptly went out of town. And so I had a choice this morning. I was like, well, do I take this golf cart down to go run my errands, or do I walk? And I had some trash to take out, so I took the golf cart because it made sense to do that. And then I brought it back and I was like, I need to go out, I need to go away from my home again. I need to walk maybe a half a mile or so. Do I take the golf cart or do I walk? And I was like, well, of course I'm going to walk because I don't need to carry anything. Golf carts are for carrying stuff. It's a tool to use for carrying stuff. It's not a tool to use for carrying myself around short distances. And so in that way, I was very focused on my health and my wellness and my well-being. Feel like our bodies are the shape of what we ask them to do, and I ask my body to walk around a lot, and so my body my body delivers. Anyways, Kelly says that she's focused on small projects today, actually got some finished. Congratulations. I'm glad that you got projects finished. Feel like finishing projects is one of those things that oftentimes we don't let ourselves do. In fact, I read a book called Finish that was profoundly impactful on me for just allowing me to declare projects as being done. Uh, she says she got two 32-inch TVs as your monitors to stay focused on work. There you go. And I'll bet you have your monitors nice and large fonts so that you can see and focus on what you're doing there, Kelly. Well, I am now focused on my own wellness. I'm focused on turning off technology and basically giving my brain a rest. So I'm going to get into some good books. I'm currently reading uh, a few a few nice ones. I'm reading The Art of Gathering: How We Meet and Why It Matters by Priya Parker. Good book. But I like to go through after I turn off tech. I like to just start reading some books. And then my copy of Atomic Habits came in too. I know a couple of you ladies read Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. I have a paper version, so I've had a digital version for a while, and that's wonderful and all. But I like to make things real, right? And the best way to make things real when it comes to books is to buy a paper book and write in a paper book and annotate and highlight in a paper book. It really helps things become real. So I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the wake up call with Maui Paul. We're gonna pull another card and see how it yeah, we're going to see how it shows up in our lives. And I'm really excited to just explore another I am statement. So thank you for hanging out and being with me. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow. If you need to have a particular affirmation, these are all archived on my YouTube channel, which you can get via the video description. And of course, I really appreciate the folks who like this, comment it, share it, etc. You guys are multiplying something really good, and I'm noticing the number of shares is going up. So yay, that's a super cool metric to track. So you guys are awesome. Anyways, I hope you have a really good night, and I will talk to you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Aloha from paradise.